How to become a demand planner, expert and leader in your field. This is one of the most strategic jobs in supply chain. And in this video, I'm going to show you all the secrets and tools that you should master to become a very good demand planner. I'm going to share my own journey as a demand planner, manager, recruiter, trainer, and teacher. I'm going to share what is the job of demand planner today, why it's a strategic job in supply chain, what are the salaries that are really good for demand planner roles, what is the future as well of the job, because we have a lot of change happening right now, how to become a demand planner if you're not yet a demand planner, what are the strategic tools that you should master, what are the strategic skills, and how to become a top performer leader as a demand planner to also open new doors, and what are the new career paths before and after, what can you do after demand planner, because you have many opportunities if you've done this job correctly. And I'm going to tell you as well how we can help you to become a very good demand planner with ABC Supply Chain. So I've been working in demand planning for the last 15 years in many different countries all around the planet for very small companies and large companies as a project manager, for example, at Decathlon, and also in collaboration with the MIT to develop new models for demand planning, as an analyst for demand planner, as a demand planning manager, recruiting, managing and coaching demand planner, as a consultant as well, managing and leading projects in demand planning, forecasting, inventory management, and as an instructor, training and teaching more than 20,000 demand planners all over the world in big companies, small companies. And today I'm going to share with you all the insights you need to know to become a very good demand planner. So what is the role of demand planner? You have three flows in supply chain. You have the physical flow to move the products. You have the information flow. Basically, this flow will plan and make work all the physical flow from where to produce, what, how much, what are the forecasts, what are the quantities, what is the price, all the distribution. So all the intelligence of the physical flow is managed by the informational flow, and also the financial flow, which is a specific one driven by finance as well. And the good thing about demand planner is you are in the middle, you are managing the informational flow. That's why it's a very strategic role, because you are in the middle of everything in the company, in the operations, in the supply chain, from sourcing to distribution. You are in the core of the supply chain. That's why it's a strategic role. Okay, so now let's talk about salaries. And for salaries, I'm going to also give you the different position, but in a small business, usually you have an operation director and maybe a supply chain manager. And below that, you have a coordinator, you have an analyst analyzing data, and you have the famous demand planner managing in the same time the demand planning, which is mostly forecasting and inventory management. Okay, so you can see the salaries around 90,000 US dollars for mid-cities, mid-sized company from 8 to 15 years working total, not only in the demand planner role. So just to give you an idea, and you can check for your own country. We also did a specific video on YouTube. If you want to check, we have all the salaries, and we also have a salary simulator. But just to let you know, this is a very good salary that you can also increase if you're a top performer before maybe becoming supply chain manager. And for large companies, large corporations, we tend to split what we call the planning on one side with supply chain coordinator, planner, and supply planning manager. And on the other side, we have the data. We have more the demand. So we have the supply chain analyst, we have the inventory management expert. And I've done this job for many years, and it's a very powerful skill and job because I was managing more than 2,000 stores and 60 warehouses by implementing new models of inventory management before becoming demand planner and demand planner manager. So you can see that you will have more responsibility, but most of the times in large companies, you will focus more on the forecast and less on the planning, because you will have a planning team taking care of the short-term, mid-term, and long-term planning, the execution of the forecast of the plan in the supply chain, from production to distribution, transport, and logistics. Okay, so this is where you are in demand planner, and after that, you have the demand planning manager, and I became a demand planning manager in Australia as well. You can see very good salaries. And then you have the S&OP manager and the supply chain director. Okay, so this is a core job, and I'm going to tell you first what is the future and how to become a demand planner and what are the pillars for that. So first of all, the future of demand planner, because it's important if you want to become one, or a very good one, you have to know what's going to happen next. And I've done a conference recently in Paris, and I was talking about the future of demand planning roles. And there is a lot of concern about AI, what's going to happen to us. And I can tell you, machines won't take all the jobs, especially in supply chain. For sure, we'll have more automation for the short-term supply planning like Amazon today. But the machine will help us. We will become more efficient. We'll spend less time manipulating data. We'll have models that will generate, for example, more automatic forecasts for us. And we'll spend much more time to feed the machine with the right information. Will become, like for me, the goal is to become the mini supply chain manager and S&OP manager of your own perimeter. For example, if you're responsible to forecast the shoes or tennis racket, you will become the business owner, the supply chain manager of your own perimeter as what I call it, facilitator of your own business. So the future for me is you're gonna spend less time manipulating the data and more time feeding the forecast, collaborating, and also reviewing to improve your process and also becoming a super demand planner. Okay, so that's the direction I really feel, and I became more and more a facilitator before becoming supply chain manager and supply chain director in my company. So now the question is how to become a demand planner. Maybe you are not a demand planner today, but how to become a very good demand planner. So the first, you have 6 pillars to become a good demand planner. You need to have practical experience. You need to master the tools and methods. You need to have the right hard skills, the right soft skills. You need to become a top performer to reach your goals, have good KPIs, and you need to have, if necessary, diplomas or certification. Okay, so we're going to talk about this. First of all, how to have practical experience. Maybe you are not a demand planner today. What are the jobs before demand planning? So the best would be to be, for example, supply chain analyst. You can start maybe as a supply chain coordinator or supply planner, but it's good if you move into like the field where you really crunch a lot of data, okay? Not too much into the operations and more into analysis. And one of the great steps should be, for example, to become very good at inventory management. So I had this path, and many of the people I train went through this direction. So I recommend to focus on these skills and jobs, and I'm going to give you later what are the most important skills to become a demand planner, okay? If you come, for example, from logistics, I also recommend to really try to practice as much as you can, even if you work in a warehouse, for example. Try to implement a new tool, a new inventory management system, anything that shows that you will be able to manage the demand planning in the future to the recruiter, to your current company. All right, so now the tools of the demand planner. You have many tools for the demand planning. You have the classic ones, ERP system. They can be very old and rigid. This is the reality for most of you. And for me, I've been working with SAP or Microsoft Navision for many years. Not always very efficient. But yeah, you also have the demand planning softwares. So these software, they're going to connect to your ERP system, extract the data, and you will be able to, for example, forecast, plan, or manage inventory, and then they will send back the data to your system. It's great. The challenge is which one should you learn? Because you have more than 1,000 demand planning softwares. I even tried to do my own comparator to give you, okay, which one is the best? And I can tell you, I don't know which one is the best, because it really depends on your business, your field, your activities. And even if you learn, for example, SAP, you have so many versions of SAP that it's very difficult to become good at one tool. So I would not recommend one. You have big ones like Anaplan or even Amazon. You have just one full ecosystem just for Shopify. You have one specific on forecasting, other ones on demand planning, other ones on S&OP. What is important for me is more to focus on the deep skills, okay? So I'm going to give you you should first master the deep skills, and I can tell you whatever the tools, I'm comfortable forecasting and managing demand planning because I have the right timeless skills to manage this software. And once you are in the company, you can train, you can have the training of the company to become even better. Okay, so you also have the Python and what we call AI agent. So this is Python is not a new trend, but AI agent is a new trend. You're going to extract data with these tools and you're going to generate models that will generate, for example, automatic forecasts. This is also an alternative, not very common in companies because most of us work with ERP system or Excel. That's the next one. But this is a new trend and we talk a lot about AI agent. This is just the beginning. We have a new ecosystem to create around that. And for sure, you will have a lot of chance the next few years around Copilot, ChatGPT. For now, it's still the early phase, but I'm going to tell you more about these trends later. What I can tell you as well, you don't need to learn Python today. I think it's always good to learn how to code, but just at the basic level, but don't spend 3 years learning about Python because the new trend of AI tools will help you to become much more faster without having to code for years, okay? But the next solution is Excel. You have more than 1.2 billion users. Whatever the company you are, for sure they use Excel, 99.9%. And most of my job, I had an ERP system, but I was also using Excel to extract, consolidate, clean, forecast, visualize, optimize my inventory. And I was also using them to improve my ERP system. So you can also learn and manage demand planning in Excel. This is the reality, the secret reality for most of the company in the world. Of course, it's good to have I've done a lot of tools to manage inventory. Of course, I always had an ERP system with me, but the reality is you want to start very quick. You want to practice, you want to analyze, you want to learn also because using these tools is a very good way to learn, to improve your deep skills around demand planner. And that's why I recommend to practice very quickly, then to explore new tools and new ways. And as a supply chain project manager, also had the job to optimize, install new softwares, and improve my current ERP system. But this project can last up to 6 months to 3 or 4 or 5 years. So go step by step, but really focus on delivering results as quick as possible. That's why I want to talk about the next one. The most important for me, if you want to become a good demand planner, a very good demand planner, is to really focus on the timeless hard skills. Okay, so what are the most important hard skills for a demand planner? You have 4 of them. You have to be very good at manipulating data, especially with Excel, because this is a universal language. Whatever the job, you will for sure use this tool. Okay, so Excel and data, then you have the analytics, be able to manage, track your performance, especially around demand planning, like your forecast accuracy or the quality of your inventory. And then the 2 core skills of the demand planner is to manage inventory management, and to forecast the demand. Okay, forecasting. So if you manage these 4 skills, whatever the job, whatever the tools that the company is using, you will be good for a very long time because they are the most important ones, and whatever the job you do in demand planning. Okay. After that, you have complementary skills. I do feel that every demand planner should become the new S&OP manager of this perimeter. So sales and operation planning is very strategic as well. If you are very curious about data science and AI, you can also explore this field, but it's going to be more and more automated. So don't spend 5 years unless you really enjoy data. And you should train about these new IT tools, softwares, and ERP once you are in the company, because it's always good to master these tools. You have other skills. I'm going to share it for other positions in supply chain, but for now, this is focus on the most important first, and that will be very important for you. And then you can focus on the tools inside your company once you work for someone. So the next question is how to improve your hard skills. And first you need to know which one are the most important. I recommend the green ones. And then you need to prioritize which one do you think. You have to assess your level, and we can help you. We also have supply chain skills assessment to give you a score from 0 to 100%. Then prioritize which one is the most important for you in your job. Learn it, and the best way to learn is to practice with example, and we can help you for that. We have many tools, tutorials, masterclass, and full training to help you to manage and to create the own tools you need immediately for your job. Okay, so quickly, we also have the soft skills, because this is not about the technical, and we need a lot of people and demand planners having a great communication, collaboration, of course, synthesis. You have all these soft skills that are also very important. And the best way to learn them one more time is to practice, to have big projects with big responsibilities, to embrace these soft skills. Then how to become a top performer leader as a demand planner. Okay, so you are a demand planner, but how, for example, you just got the position, how to become a very good demand planner? You have to deliver results, okay? Deliver result, what does it mean? You need to deliver good service for your customers. It means for the KPI, good service rate or good availability rate in your stores, in your warehouse, in your factory, the availability of your components for your production line. That's the most important one. You need also to minimize the inventory with the better inventory turnover as possible. We have specific videos for that with the best KPIs. Also, the quality of your inventory, as little obsolete stock, slub as possible. And you want to also minimize the costs. And for that, the best way is to have the best forecast accuracy as possible, because if you can predict the future, allocate the right resource at the right time, you will minimize the cost of inventory, the cost of transport. You won't have express like air freight transport. You will minimize the cost of storage, and life will be much easier. So if you focus on these three ones, and if you deliver very good results, you have clear goals, I can tell you, you will become a top performer. But the main challenge for a demand planner is always to find the right balance between service and the right level of inventory to maximize the profit for the company. So good luck with this job, and I have many tools and trainings that can help you for that. Okay, so also don't only do your job, continuously optimize everything, solve problems, repetitive tasks. And why I became very quickly a demand planning manager and expert is because I was not just doing my job, I was always creating new tools and methods to simplify the life of all my demand planning team. Okay, or not only for me, so I had my tools so I could become a top performer in my team. And then the next step was to facilitate and shine. So I was creating these tools, then I was sharing them to my team, and everyone had better results. Then I was traveling the world to share all my tools to all the countries in the demand planning team. And for me, that's why I really want to highlight that if you want to become a top performer, expert leader, don't only do your job as a demand planner, but become a facilitator, a coach, and then probably one day you'll become a manager and a leader in your field with more collaboration, more communication, and become the coach of your demand planning or the demand planning roles in your organization, without forgetting that you should never stop learning. It doesn't mean that you know how to do the job today, that you have it for the rest of your life. I always locked 1 to 4 hours a week in my calendar since the beginning to learn, practice, focus, and build new tools to become better and better. So I really recommend you to do that. And by learning and always practicing, you will create what we call the compound effect. And if you become better in forecasting, analytics, or inventory management, you will use these skills the rest of your career, and you will have amazing adventures, you will have a better salary, and you will have the freedom to choose your next job. Okay, so that's my recommendation. And now, what can you do after? If you became a demand planner, you will have many opportunities in your career like me. You can become obviously a demand planning manager. So I became a demand planning manager, and I was coaching my team. I was facilitating all the demand planning in my organization. Then I became an S&OP manager, which is very strategic, especially in large organizations, to bring more collaboration and trust. And then I became a supply chain director. Okay, so this is the classic path that I recommend from demand planner and after, with very good salaries as well and opportunities. And I had the chance to also travel the world from Brazil to Australia to also I worked in Malaysia. So it was a beautiful journey thanks to my demand planning skills and jobs. Okay, so you can also become a project manager. So you can become, if you inside the organization, if you had the experience, it's very good to then, like me, I also optimize the job of demand planning, because you have so much money involved and value if you can reduce the inventory, improve the forecast accuracy, improve the quality of your supply chain. Like you can become a project manager inside the company, or you can become outside the company a consultant for demand planning. You have a lot of opportunities as well. You have also very good salaries. If you love data, you can also become data analyst and scientist, and even AI engineer. You won't have many of them, but they are really good and they can have even better salaries than their own manager because they are the superstar of the data. So you have many opportunities. And to finish, just an example of career path, a classic one from my ABC supply chain members. Maybe today you are a supply chain analyst or logistic coordinators. You're going to learn the most important skills like forecasting and inventory management, practice, and you will become a demand planner. Congratulations, you will become a top performer demand planner, then become a supply chain manager after 2 or 3 years. Then you will become an S&OP manager for a larger group, maybe in a different cities as well if you want to travel. And then you will become a supply chain director. So this is a classic path before and after becoming a demand planner. And for that, focus on the most important skills like excellent data, inventory management expert, and forecasting expert. Okay, so you have many of them, but I hope this is helpful for you. One last thing, don't forget to become proactive. Okay, if you just stay passive in your career, you can stay as a coordinator for a very long time. But if you say, you know what, I want to start training on, for example, analytics or inventory management, I really want to really don't wait, but become proactive, you can go much faster, moving from maybe a coordinator to analyst and expert position. And if you change your field and your position, and if you become really like an expert in your field, you can also become a manager and a director. And this is the multiple of your salary as well. So you will have much more opportunity and also opportunity to have better resources and also new projects that can be also very exciting for your careers. Okay, so don't forget, be proactive in your career. I think my example can be maybe interesting for you to see what was my path from warehouse worker to supply chain director, consultant, and instructors today. And if you are curious, we have these 6 pillars about demand planner are the one we are really giving to the demand planners we train. We train more than 20,000 people, as explained before. Very small companies and very large companies as well trust us to support your demand planning position. And also we provide official certificate to prove that you have these new strategic skills for your current job or your next ones. So you can check on LinkedIn. We have a lot of members sharing their certificates and skills online. And the idea is really to practice with examples, to have the right tools and methods that you can implement immediately and learn the job or become even better in the job you are already doing if you are a demand planner today. So for that, we have a demand planner training pack from junior to senior. And you will have the full practical experience, hard skills and soft skills, timeless deep skills that you're going to use the rest of your career, and also the toolbox that you can implement immediately in your demand planning position with the official certificate. So if you are curious about that, you can discover and customize your own training pack based on your experience and ambition. I recommend you to book a call with my team, and we're going to tell you what would be the best demand planning pack for you to help you to become a top performer and to also open the doors for new opportunities in your career.